Okay, alrighty. So, right off the bat, my apologies to Mr. Julian Haw, the FS19 consultant for Farming Simulator, who is currently streaming from his PlayStation 4. Obviously, always go check out Julian Haw, excellent content creator, and very dedicated to the whole farming simulator community. I'm not entirely sure who else is live. Silver News is live at the moment, actually, so which I didn't realise it was live. So apologies to Mr. Silver News, Joe Barnes, who is also live at the moment. Not trying to, step on anybody's toes or anything. But there is something I want to take a look at, my friends. There is a new mod out for PC. I want to take a look at it. I don't know how long the stream will be. We'll see. It will probably be short, since we're just taking a look at a mod. So as you can see from the title of the stream there, a new mod came out for PC only, and it is the new Lexion, Claas Lexion 80. Sorry, let me get that correct. The new Claas Lexion 6700, which is obviously the new generation of combines that have been released by Claas in the last year or so. So this is a new mod out for PC, and I want to take a look at it and see what it's like and stuff. Hey Nathaniel, how are you, sir? How are things? If you were watching my stream yesterday, I mentioned that I was looking for an AdBlue version of the John Deere 6M. I found one, as you can see here. This is simply to fix to add AdBlue usage to the tractor, as it wasn't there. So I did find my AdBlue John Deere 6M. I installed the new liquid silo pack that came out today. I think that's from Missy B, I believe. The lime and saw production came out today as well, but we're primarily going to look at the Claas Lexion 6700. Okay, this is a fairly substantial file size. This is 99.7 megabytes, so that's large. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to enable the mod. I'm going to go down my list here. I should probably just do that and make it easier for myself. So how the heck is everybody? As I said, apologies to Joe Barnes, aka Silver News, and Mr. Julian Haw, the FS19 consultant. I am aware that they are currently streaming at the moment. Apologies for the helicopter sound. Oh God, I hate that bloody thing. I really do hate that. Let's just save the game there. Okay, before we do anything. I wish that bug with the helicopter would be fixed, because it's bloody annoying. It's annoying for people. It's very, very loud. Okay, right. So now I did install a brand new graphics driver. And I'm seeing some frame rate issues here. I'm hoping that the game data is being rebuilt, since it's a brand new NVIDIA released. Oh, there's the frame rate has settled down there. NVIDIA released a brand new graphics driver a couple of days ago, so I updated to that. So I'm on the very, very latest NVIDIA graphics driver here. I have the very latest Realtek audio drivers as well. It's interesting. So let us zoom in here and let us find our equipment. Where is that Lexion? Where's my 8900? Holy buckets. Where the hell is that thing? Lexion 8900. There it is. So I'm going to reset that. Okay. And I'm going to reset the header as well. No, I don't need the header. I don't need the header. Okay. Right. So I primarily want to take a look at the new harvester here. Okay. So this is your base game Claas Lexion 8900. This is, you know, the top of the line model out there. This is the new 6700. So there's two versions of it. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to take a look at each one. Now, I've already looked on the official specifications on the Claas website. Now, these are legitimate models. There is a 6700 and a 6700 TT, which is TerraTrack. However, the capacity isn't the same. In a 6700, the capacity is actually 10,000 liters, and on the 6700 TerraTrack, it's 11,000. So, you know, the TerraTrack is accurate. Now, perhaps there are some other things that I'm missing here. So this is your harvester here. Okay. Now I don't know what the differences is. That's why I reset my my 8900, so I can compare them side by side to see what the difference is. So it does appear that you get some color options here. So you could do that. Okay. Now I don't know why you would want to do that. Because I mean, as far as I'm, maybe that's the US version. I'm not too sure. Bitwit posted a video. Holy buckets. Okay. Let me just get this again. I did see the laser leveler, Nathan, but because of it doesn't do what I was hoping. You know, it doesn't do anything. It's just like a cosmetic thing. If the laser leveler actually worked in some meaningful way, I would be more, you know, keen on it. But it doesn't actually do anything. So let's take a look at the specifications here. So the Claas Lexion 6700. The horsepower is 408. It has 1,150 liters of diesel, 100 liters of DEF. It goes 24 mph. The capacity is 11,000 liters, but in the real world version of it, it's actually 10,000. Wish I could speak to the modder about that. It does all your basic standard crops, and then it recommends the Convio 1230 header or the Vario 770. You know, you can have a choice of whatever headers. You know, the standard, you know, class headers. You know, crops and corn and stuff like that will be absolutely fine with it. So I'm looking at the TerraTrack version here, and there is no difference in the specifications whatsoever. So again, here we go. So this is what it looks like. I'll have to see it up close to really get a good idea of it. So you can see there it does the 6700. Okay, so this is the wheel version. This is the TerraTrack version here. Okay. And I would assume that it has the 3D. Hey, Sassy, how are you? How are things? Thank you for tuning in, Sassy. Appreciate that. So, my friends, what we're going to do is we are going to rent both of these out. Okay. So you can see there is a price premium. So you're paying an extra 20,000 for the TerraTrack version. Now, I don't believe that there are any new headers in here. I could be mistaken, but we'll just check just to see. There aren't. So there's nothing new there. So what you would maybe hold on a second. I could be wrong. No. Oh, that C510 is from that C510 is from the the Dominator. That's what that header is from. Okay, that's fine. So you have your standard class headers here. You have the Various 770, and then you have the 1230. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rent each one. Okay. So I've no money left. Holy buckets. Hey Clint, how are you? How are things? Thank you for tuning in, my friend. Appreciate that. So you have your usual here headers here. The 6 meter, 9 meter class corn headers. I don't believe there's anything else here. So I think the new mod is just basically 2 harvesters in the pack, and that's pretty much it. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, I don't think there's anything new there. So my friends, we are going to take a look at the forget about the headers. They're just base game. We're looking at these boys here, okay, and then we're going to compare it to the 8900, which I have over here. So there's the the 8900. Okay. So there's a bit more space over here. So I think I'll put the harvesters over here just to take a better look at them. So there's your Lexion 6700. Okay. So we'll be able to do a comparison job, see what they look like side by side. Note any differences in the model, or is it just has he just changed the labeling? What did he do? Has he just repainted the logo here to 6700? What do you think he's done? I wonder if that's all he's done. Did he just change the little specs of this thing? What do you guys think? Maybe he just took the 8900 and just altered some of the specs, the XML settings, and then kind of repainted the logo there. What do you think he has done here? So I'm giving it the old Mr. CDP test here. What do you think about that 6700? I think that might be painted on. What do you think about that? Interesting. What's interesting is the paint job in this is actually worse. So look at the 7. Okay, see how kind of raggedy it is? Interesting. Okay, we're going to have to take a good look at this thing, see what he's done, what he hasn't done. So the quality of the decal on that is much higher quality and resolution. You see that there? Into the other one. So is there any physical differences? Okay, now let's really take a look at this. So here's the 8900. So here is the 6700, the wheel version. I am seeing physical differences. Are you seeing this, guys? So look at the back here. Okay, see this? Not there on this. I wonder, did he take something out? Let's see this here. I wonder, can you see that thing at the bottom there? I wonder, can you alter that? I wonder, has he done something with that? So I'm looking at the warning signs here. They are definitely different. So that's different. So yeah, that does look different. He's made some changes there. Let's look at the... Oh, well, there is another difference. So look at the pipe. Look at the pipe. See the pipe here? So the pipe is shorter. See that? Does this have a fan in it? Does the fan in this thing work? There is a fan. But it doesn't spin. Interesting. So why doesn't that fan spin? So you see that there? So the fan on that model there does not spin. And it spins on this one. There's the 8900, which has been updated. You can see the fan in there spinning. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I don't know. I'm thinking. I mean, you know, I don't want to prejudge this, you know, yet. Unfold harvester. Pipe out. I don't want to prejudge it too much yet. I'll give it a chance. To compare it, I want to see if it's a. I want to see if it's a. Has he taken an 8900 and just kind of, you know, modified it a little bit? So yeah, there are differences. There are definitely differences. So you can see there the pipe is much longer, and the hopper is different also. You see that? Also on the back here, excuse me. Oh dear. Lord have mercy. You can see that. I believe in the update, Giants added, didn't they add some lights here at the back of the model, I believe. So you can see there's a difference here. So there are three, you know, there are three beacons on this model, which is a 6700, and there are 4 on this. Okay, so what do you guys think? So as I said, this is the 8900. I think it's quite similar in many ways, I think. Let's put them side by side here. Obviously, I'll have to, you know, test it out and see what it, how it performs, if there's any bugs in the thing. But there are differences. So you can clearly see that the pipe on the 6700 is much shorter, Obviously the grain bin is quite different as well, so you can see that. I could be wrong, but it seems like there's a little bit, the 6700 seems a little bit smaller, doesn't it, than the 8900. The actual physical size of the harvester is smaller. But I'm just looking at the you know, the piping and stuff like that. You know, I'm trying to see what is there any major physical differences to the actual model itself. So it seems very, very similar, but it is obviously based on the older model. So that could be a difference there. See that? So there's the exhaust at the side. Where's the exhaust in this one? Oh, the exhaust is there as well. So there are some changes. You know, he has definitely made some changes to the model. I think it is basically. I think for the most part it's based on the 8900, but he has made some changes to the model. So he's changed the hopper on this one. So the hopper is different. The pipe obviously is different. He's made some changes to the back here. As I said, the engine in this thing does not spin, and that tells me, or that leads me to believe, that it is based on an older version. You know, when they released the Claas, you know, the patch for the Claas 1, you know, what was it, the 1.2 patch for Claas that they released, and they fixed the you know, they fixed the fan for the 8900. I'm thinking perhaps he has based this particular model on an older version of the 8900. Let me check inside to see if there's any differences to the actual in-cab version. But obviously there are some differences. I mean, you know, this is a wheeled version of the harvester. I mean, that's a difference. You know, you can't get a wheeled version of the 8900, so you know that is an obvious difference. Bloody phone's going crazy tonight. Whatever's going on. So this is the TerraTrack version. So that the engine on this doesn't spin either. As I said, they're pretty much identical. One is, you know, a wheeled version, and one is a TerraTrack version. There should be absolutely no differences really between them. Hey GB, how are you, sir? How are things? So I can't see any major, certainly not major differences. There are minor differences, but nothing major. So you can see some changes here. So see the warning symbols there? See the difference between the two of those? So, you know, there are physical differences there. This thing at the bottom is clearly different compared to this. So interesting. What else can I spot? Let's take a look at the engine here. Okay. That. Let's see that engine there. Let's see what's going on in there with that engine. So my guesses is that he has taken the 89, an older version of the 8900, and he's made some changes. He's made some changes to the back. He's added a new grain bin. He's added a shorter pipe. He's obviously added wheels, obviously, and he's repainted then the side here to 6700. Well, I think for the most part, it is based on the 8900. That's just my gut feeling on this. I don't think this is an entirely new model that has been designed and built from scratch. I think the modder has as I said, has modified the 8900. So I'm just going to compare them side by side here. I'm not seeing any major obvious differences here. So there's no clipping on the on the thing here. On the side step thing. I wonder does that have clipping on it? Oh shit. Oh, bugger. Let's see if there's clipping on this. Let's see, can I go through it with that? No, there isn't. No, there isn't. Okay, that's fine. Let's fold that. Answer your phone. Let's see, can I line these up a little bit better? See if there's any physical difference in the size of this thing. They pretty much look identical to me. One isn't bigger than the other. I really don't think so. So, what do you think about that? Blue Type is streaming on Twitch at the moment. He's doing American Truck Simulator. As I said, Joe Barnes is live as well. Mr. Shit. Oh, I'm stuck. No. Julian Haw is live. So yeah, I'm not seeing. I mean, there are differences. Obviously, he has done some work. I mean, it's not a, it's not a copy and paste job or anything. But it does appear that the basis of the model has been made from the 8900. It doesn't appear that it has been built from completely from scratch. That's not to say that it isn't a bad model or anything, I mean, there are price differences. So the 8900 is 489,000. Okay. And whereas this model then is, I mean, if you get the TerraTrack version, it's 439,000. So I mean, that's a $50,000, you know, reduction. But of course, you do have a dramatic decrease in grain capacity from 18,000 liters to 11,000 liters. So, my friends, what do you think about that? If you're on PC, do you think you will be grabbing a copy of the 6700 here? Would something like this float your boat? I mean, I assume they should operate identically to the 8900. I don't think there should be any, you know, differences in this thing. But we'll take it for a spin. But yeah, it is definitely based on the older model of the 8900, because in the new version of, you know, with patch 1.2, Giants added a fourth beacon light here. So they had two on the front and two on the back, and obviously they fixed the you know, the white engine fan inside. You know, that was fixed. So that leads me to believe that it is based, you know, on the 8900. But you know, this could be a good option for people. You know, if you want a smaller harvester for some reason, you know, it could be a good option for you. Now, I do have a field here ready to, well, it's not ready to rock and roll, but we can get it close to ready to rock and roll now. So we can speed up time and we'll see, can we get this field over here ready to, you know, harvest. Oh, shite. It's only on the first bloody stage. That's not good. So we can unfold this. It is 26 mph as well, which is good. Oh, schnitzel. I forgot about that. We'll take that off the field. So this is the, did you see what just happened there? So it's just moved from the first stage of growth of grass to the second stage. This is a custom texture on this particular map, Valleycrest Farms. This is version 1.4.1. Do we have weeds? We have bloody weeds, don't we? Shite. Shit. Okay. Have no fear. We have a solution for that, my friends. We have this bad boy here that we can break out. This is a slightly modified version of the Hardy sprayer, the Rubicon 9000. Its working speed has been increased from 15 to 18 mph, so an extra 3 mph. And its capacity has been doubled from 9,000 to 18,000 liters. And this is an absolute beast of a machine. It is by far, I think, the best sprayer period in game. Although I have to say the Sulky sprayer, the 50-meter sprayer that's came out from Sulky, is a close bloody second. That piece of kit was awesome. So this is going to be a very interesting field to harvest. Um, it's very small though, very narrow, and there's a lot of objects potentially in the way, as you can see. I think it might be a wise situation to. I think what I'm going to do actually, once I harvest this field, I'm going to convert this to grass, and I'm going to use this as a a grass field for my animals. And then eventually I'm going to start chopping down all these trees, so I can just mow the crap out of this area here. You know, that's kind of my plan. So I need to get rid of the weeds here, my friends. Otherwise, I'm going to lose some of my money. So if you will bear with me, we will harvest with the 6700. But I do need to take care of these weeds first. I planted all my fields in soybeans, as you can see. Okay. So with this particular machine, it's gonna, it's not gonna take any time at all to do this. These fields are not big or anything, so it won't take that long to do it. So what did you guys think of today's mods? I thought there was some pretty decent mods today, I have to say. They weren't too bad at all. Not too bad. I like the Missy B stuff, the liquid silo thingy. Install that one, I'm going to use that. The line production thing as well, it will be good to use as well. I think that's going to be very handy for this particular farm. There should be a little bit more weeding over here. Okay, let's get this here. So it shouldn't take too long to do this. Oh, shite. Oh, bloody hell. There we go, that's it. So how are we doing there? Okay, we got everything on field 23, that's fine. I want to make sure that I get my full 100% yield off these soybeans. Although, having said that though, maybe I'm being stupid here. I mean, if I'm not going to save the game, which I haven't, or have I? I can't remember. When did I save the game? Shit. So if I haven't saved the game, then maybe I could just speed up time. And then I can just quit the game. You know what? I probably should have used the wheeled version. Maybe I should use the wheeled version instead. So I can check that out. let's see how the wheel version operates, see how it feels driving. Okay, so a composition for growth. So it's still not ready yet. So if there was any differences inside the cab, I wonder. A few frame rate drops there. So we'll try the wheeled version of this and see how it works. We have to see how it performs with wheels and compared to a track. Let's see how it. I mean, the turning radius is pretty good. Let's see if I flip it over. It seems to handle, you know, fairly well. There's no real big difference between the wheeled and the track version that I can tell so far. Holy bucket, 77,000 vehicle leasing costs. Yay! Oh, you son of a bitch. Son of a beeswax. It's bloody raining. Son of a douche. How long is it going to start raining for? Oh, I can't bloody harvest now. Son of a beast. Should we go up to our house here? Let's see if I can get past this rain. So it's still pissing rain. Son of a bitch. So this here is the third and final stage of the grass. You see that? Oh, it's ready, but we can't bloody... Oh, we're... Okay, there we go. So it's harvesting. The animation actually looks different. You see the animation there? So he's changed the animation on the 6700. Now let me just turn off the straw swath here, and let's try it without it. So let's go in here and enable straw swath. See that goes out down. Yeah, so that's enabled, and that's disabled. See that? Okay. So we're going to disable it. And we're going to see what the animation looks like here. So yeah, he has definitely changed the animation of the, you know, the crap coming out of the back of the harvester compared to the 8900. So that's another difference right there. So yeah, you know, the particle systems coming out of the back is different than the 8900. So, you know, I think overall, I think he's done. You know, he's done a decent amount. He's made a decent amount of changes to the mod, I think, for it to be. You know, I like this. You know, I think this is actually quite good. You know, it's something new. You know, he has made some genuine changes compared to the 8900. So in that regard, you know, I think this is a worthy mod. And I mean, I haven't tested it fully, but it appears to function, you know, fine. I'm not noticing any major issues with it in terms of how it performs and functions. So I can turn on the hazard lights there at the back, you can see that. So you see the hazards there in the back. What's the hazards on the front? So they should be just normal. So let's compare that to the 8900 hazards. So you can see the hazards there are kind of even the kind of a white light. Okay. And then you compare it to this. You know, there are definitely changes that has been made, you know. You know, I give him credit for that. So, you know, my overall impression is that yes, while it is essentially based on the 8900 or the original 8900 before patch 1.2, even though it is based on that, he has made some genuine changes to the model that does, you know, change it up and differentiate it and make it different enough to be a you know, a worthy mod. So you know, if you have the means, the access to this, obviously this is on PC only. It's not on console. Um, it's been uploaded just today on the old dodgy websites. I could be wrong, but I don't think this is going to appear on the mod hub. But I might be wrong about that. Maybe it will. We'll see. But yeah, I like this one. That gets I would give it out of 5. I'd give it 4. You know, maybe improve the lettering here, make it a bit higher quality resolution. Change the capacity of the wheeled version of the 6700 to reflect the real world machine. Now on the Claas website, it says the wheel version of the 6700 is 10,000 liters, whereas the TerraTrack version is 11,000. So this one here is the TerraTrack version. So maybe, you know, adjust that that should be a very, very easy thing to do in the XML settings. Just a very, very minor change. maybe if he could, you know, maybe if he could, he could base it on the 1.2 patch version model. You know, this is obviously based on 1.0 because the fan doesn't spin. Not too sure he would approve of that though. But you know, overall, I'm happy with it. I think it's pretty good. You know, I don't see any major fundamental problems or issues to delete it from one's mod folder. So there you go, my friends. That's the Claas Lexion 6700. Available now on PC. There we go. Now I don't know what the status of my game save is. So I'm gonna. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back over this. I'm gonna uninstall that. I'm gonna take a look at the mods as well again. Okay. So we do have the AdBlue version of the John Deere 6M. I'll take a look at that. Oh, thank God, my money is still there. Yay! Ha! So obviously, you know, this is the original save before I bought that equipment. Oh, thank the Lords. So let's take a look at these. Let's take a look at this stuff by Missy B and stuff like that. I want to put down the def pump. So I see that I have the def thing here. I'd like to be able to put that down. Where could I put the damn thing? I wonder if there's a nice spot there where I could kind of slot that in. Maybe, I don't know, something like that. So I don't know which side is which, unfortunately. It doesn't show me what side is which. So this is the def mod here, the def tank. So I want to put this somewhere. Don't know what that looks like. Let me check that there. Maybe that looks stupid. I don't know. It's kind of altered the grass here a little bit. Painting. Just change that up a little bit there. So just check this here. It's kind of a test here. I was going to say goodnight what it looks like. Don't know about that. Wonder where else I could put it. I put it. I would have liked to put it somewhere over here. It's not going to go there though, is it? And I don't want it conflicting with the other mod as well. Let's see what that looks like. And that's not too bad. It's not too bad. I could live with that. They kind of match in with each other a little bit. I mean, it's a little bit further out than I would have liked. So I'm not going to save this game. You know, I'm just messing about here, just checking it out. Just want to see, you know, what's possible, where I could put it. So is it going to allow me to put it any closer than that? It's not, is it? Bugger. Okay. And even there wouldn't be too bad either. There's no way to put that. So that's kind of off that there. Right, so just kind of, you know, faffing about here, just seeing can I find a good spot for that thing. The other alternative is I could just get bloody canisters. Where is that thing? Yeah, so you have these. You have the canisters. Like you could just get a few of those. It's not very high quality though, I have to say. It's pretty low res, this thing. I do wish that they would improve the quality of that thing. You know, it's like something from, I don't know, Epis 15 or something like that. It's very low resolution, I have to say. So I could put it there, I suppose. I don't know about that though. I don't think there's anything else. Where else could I put this? I can't see anything offhand that kind of interests me. Okay. Rightio. So yeah, there's this. It's going to be a short stream for me, my friends. Said I basically just wanted to look at the Lexion 6700. Um, Hopefully you guys, who like that can download it. What else did I get? I had a modified version of the John Deere here. Uh, this is essentially the exact same as the base game, in-game version, 6M here. But what the modder has done is he's added AdBlue support. So that is the only difference. So now it supports, 33 liters of def. So he's just kind of, enabled it. And the specs are completely identical, uh, you know, regardless of that. Trelleborg and Nokian. So there's absolutely no difference whatsoever in that. So there you go, that's a 6M there. Shite. Where's my other 6M? So he's changed the, this one has a front PTO. Different engine sound as well. Close the rear window there. I wonder where he got that engine sound from. So, I don't know about that one. The fact that it doesn't have a front hydraulic is kind of a big deal. That's not very good. Does the base game version have a front hydraulic? It doesn't. Okay, interesting. So it's got exactly the same options. Exactly. Yeah. So really, the modified version of this one is much different. Much more options on this thing. So you get a front hydraulic with this. Interesting. So you get Michelin lightness, European. Okay. Right, there you go. Sick Snicker, how are you, sir? How are things? Unfortunately, I won't be staying too much longer on this particular stream. I just wanted to take a little bit of a look at the new Lexion 6700. I wasn't planning to do a long stream tonight or anything like that. So as I said, this is another version, another mod for the PC. It is essentially the in-game base version of the John Deere 6M, and as you can see, all he's done is enabled AdBlue. So that's the only difference really. Oh, you changed your name, Talon. Oh, I see. Okay. So, my friends, yeah, I won't be saving that particular game. And I don't think I'm going to be keeping that particular mod either. Nothing wrong with it, but, you know, I'm liking the 6M version that I have installed here at the moment. So, right, my friends, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to end the stream there, because there are other people streaming at the moment, like Julian is streaming at the moment, and you know, I don't want to step on people's toes too much. So this was a quick one from me. Hopefully give you guys a little bit of an insight to that Lexion 6700 mod. But for right now, my friends, I'm going to be ending the stream here. Take care. Bye bye.